How you doing, young man? How you been? Good?
Yeah, good. What's happening, guys?
Doing well. I saw a little note where you think that Penn State should contact Urban Meyer.
Yeah. I think they should call Urban Meyer, and I should see if he's interested in coaching, make him say no. Urban Meyer obviously won the 2 national championships at Florida and won a national championship at Ohio State. I know he's not everyone's favorite person to deal with, but the guy's a heck of a football coach. In college, that is. Obviously, things were a disaster in Jacksonville. But I think that if I'm Pat Kraft and I'm looking to make a huge hire to help me try to win a national championship, I think there are more positives than negatives to one of the greatest college coaches of all time in Urban Meyer.
Playing devil's advocate for you here is Zach, and he's certainly very low on my people I like list. But he's also not at
who is on the people that you actually like. I think it's easier if you say who you like than who you don't like.
That's true.
This won't take long.
Yeah.
Peter Warwick.
But Urban Meyer also doesn't stay places for a long time.
Yeah.
Which actually, if hiring him, look, if he does what he did at Ohio State is stay there for 5 years, whatever happens that makes his health go bad or he's tired of doing it, then he gets another Ryan Day that takes over, then that's a good thing. He just didn't do that at Florida, or they didn't hire, somebody right after him they should have probably hired Mullen right after him.
Yeah, my only question about Urban Meyer is his style is aggressive, it's intense. Usually now you need a player's coach that isn't a doormat. You got to let Urban be Urban. So that could be a concern, but when you look at the candidates here, Matt Rule obviously has a connection with Pat Kraft. I think Eli Drinkwitz would be good, but I also think Eli Drinkwitz would be good at Florida. So you go through this, could it be a Brent Key? Could it be John Sumrall? Could it be Alex Gola? Sure. I just think you have to call Nick Saban and Urban Meyer, and both. I don't think Saban would say yes. Urban, I just generally do not know if he would say no.
Have you ever been a big believer, and I don't know how much you were around the college football message boards in the 2000s, but the never-ending rumor was Jon Gruden's going to Tennessee for like years. I don't know. He's flirted with the idea when he's been asked about it, but are you a believer in him as like a guy who could come into college football and be successful and be a splash, or would it be like a Belichick situation in your mind?
I think he could, because of his personality. I think he could recruit well and get the proper funding, where I'm not going to say he could have a Deion Sanders type of impact, but do I think that Jon Gruden's going to go to an SEC school right away? No, and I actually suggested Deion should have gone to Auburn a few years ago. That's what I was throwing out there at the time. But do I think Jon could go to a smaller school and in year 1 improve them? Yes. And then in year 2, maybe take that step. The next step in what is a better football team, sure. I think Jon Gruden could be successful, but if I'm one of these big schools, no, I'm not hiring him.
Zach, BYU Utah, the Holy War, it is a rivalry that most people know about.
Thanks for the money, BYU. BYU maybe some money this
weekend.
Did
it really? All right.
I love BYU heading into this one.
It was so intense. It was everything we thought and heard, but we're still kind of, in a way, learning more about it now that they're a part of the Big 12. What a rivalry, but what a performance by a freshman quarterback with a funny number. It was, and who cannot love Kalani Sitake?
Kalani Sitake, I think, is one of the great gentlemen that we have in college football. And here's the thing. People aren't going to like this, but I think it's the truth. And I'm here to give you the truth. And I'm sure the comments will be lovely on this one. It's like, it's the SEC and the Big Ten right now and everybody else. Like, can Notre Dame get to a national championship like they did last year? Sure. I think Notre Dame can win a playoff game this year. I love watching the Big 12. I like watching the ACC too. You have some really good teams. Those are some really good conferences. But it just seems a little pointless right now. Miami losing to Louisville. I like Georgia Tech. I know we all love the story of Haynes King. But you look around the Big 12, how each and every week there's a new team. Last week it was Texas Tech. And you just keep on moving and grooving with the new team each and every week inside the Big 12. Now it's BYU. Are any of these teams winning multiple playoff games and winning the national championship? The answer is no. And that's why I'm at a point right now as a college football fan. I want to see whoever survives, and I hope it shakes out this way. The bracket, whoever's the best from the Big Ten and whoever's the best from the SEC playing in January, down south in Florida to decide who wins the national championship.
Zach,
wait. Is there a team in the Big 12 that you think can prove you wrong, or you think might prove you wrong?
I don't think there's a team in the Big 12 nor the ACC that could win a championship. Before last weekend, I would have said that it was Texas Tech just because of the talent that they have. If I had to just throw a dart on the board on one team, but I legitimately don't think there's a team in the Big 12, the ACC this year that could win it all.
Zach, are there any coaches on the hot seat like Norvell, Freeze, Stoops, Fickell that shouldn't be on the hot seat, or should those schools just go ahead and bring out the guillotine and jump into the mall with everybody else?
Yeah, Norvell, that was the AD this week, just basically saying, hey, we don't have the money yet. If you want him out, go get us more money. And I like Mike Norvell. He'll land on his feet somewhere, but the last 2 years have just been a disaster, and it's crazy that they beat Alabama in week 1. Stoops is a heck of a football coach, 2 10-win seasons at Kentucky. It's just time to move on. Hugh Freeze, I just don't see it. I don't think this is going to turn around. And who was the last one you gave me?
Fickell.
Oh, yeah, Fickell.
He can't score.
He'll probably get another year, and that's the crazy one to me because, he made the playoff at Cincinnati, and we all thought it was a perfect fit at Wisconsin. He'll probably get another year, but that will be his last season next year. And your guys, Dave Aranda, how is he going to survive this, right?
Hey, no, it. What's the word we found? Malaise. There seems to be a malaise
in the fan base right now.
Well, here's the thing, and I say this all the time. When people are out on a coach in college football, you could get back in, but it doesn't last long. Like, remember Neil Brown at West Virginia? Those fans wanted him gone for years. Has one good year. Oh, bring him back. And then he gets fired. That's Aranda. And I know he won a Big 12 championship, but going into last year, people are out on him. Then they're back in, and now we're seeing people jump right back off the bandwagon. It's very tough as a college coach once you lose the fans to win them back for a long time.
And Baylor's got a worse problem than angry. Like, if you go to Auburn, they're angry. In Wisconsin, they're angry.
They're just not showing up at Baylor, right?
They stopped caring. Like,
is it that bad? Like, I see the photos, and I always wonder.
It's that bad. It's that bad.
Okay.
Zach, they were about to play the defending Big 12 champions, about a month ago? And I guess I wasn't paying attention to how close they were to kickoff. And Garrett and I are sitting there in our studio, and I look up, and like a third, the northern part of the stadium is basically a shell. So it was 100 degrees. Doesn't matter. And it's gotten worse since then.
So who do they hire? That's Matt wanted that job, but no one else wanted that job. Aranda, in theory, was a fine hire. But who do they bring in after seeing it go south with Aranda? Who's the guy that people are really coveting that you think is realistic?
Well, one that would have been at least in the conversation is now his program is not doing well is Jeff Traylor at UTSA and recruits Texas, a popular guy. G.J. Kinney at Texas State, but I think Baylor's going to want a bigger fish to fry. I think they're not going to just – now, Rule wasn't. Mm-hmm. Aranda wasn't, although he was a hot coordinator. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, and Matt could have had the Oregon job if he wanted it, at least from the way that I understood the story, and he elected to pick Baylor. I heard you guys talking about John Sumrall before the show. That would be a great hire, but Sumrall, to me, is going to be an SEC coach, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he's going to be I don't think Florida's going to hire a guy from the group of 6 because they just did that with Billy Napier. Yeah. So they're going to hire somebody who's got bigger
Franklin
experience.
or Drinkwitz, probably, I would think.
Yeah, somebody like that. But if you look at, say, Auburn, he'd be a great fit culture-wise there. Kentucky's from Kentucky. I mean, he's there. That's who I think their fans want really badly is Summerall. So that's why I would think that maybe a Big 12 school going after him, it's just not going to do it.
I wonder. I wonder, now this guy may just be smart and stay put for a little bit and wait then to get the big job if he doesn't get it this cycle. Alex Goles should be a solid hire for Baylor.
Yeah. Alex Goles would be a great hire. I think a good hire for a lot of places. But, I think so. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if he wants to drive 4 hours in this way, then that would be a good one too, I'll just say.
How about Chucky? How about Gruden?
At Baylor?
You get fans showing up. I'm just throwing out a name.
Hey, you know what, though? Like, I think
I asked for a name. You guys don't even give me a name that you love. How about Gruden?
I got to tell you that I haven't really even thought about if, in fact, there is a replacement. It's that word malaise. It's kind of that we're doing our job. And
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a play out of RG3's playbook because I heard him say this on Dan Patrick with the Gators and Tim Tebow. How about RG3 as the next coach of the Gators?
Stop.
There's the video for the views, gentlemen. Post that. People are going to call me a big fat moron. Just post it.
Well, only if he wears those outfits he's wearing on TV. That it'd be kind of a unique look on the sideline.
Yeah.
So
I think his wife would be the offensive coordinator too, and I like RG3, but I think his wife would be the OC if he was the head coach.
Zach, if that happens, I'm going to blame you if it catches fire because for years here,
put out this video. Just put out that video. I'll make a lot of headlines on it.
But go tell him who it was.
It was Mike Singletary. They wanted Mike Singletary, no questions asked. And Mike wanted the job but didn't want to interview for it. And then he got this, and then he got an NFL head coaching job. They're like, oh, he'll come here. And then it's like, no, he comes here once a year, goes to a game, has a good time, and then goes back to being Mike Singletary. That's all I know. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hey, last thing. Appreciate your time. The Tony Vitello hire in baseball from Tennessee to the Giants. He's got a little history there, but I like the guy. He can be a prick. I mean, no question about it. But hey, I kind of like him. He's kind of like. What are your thoughts?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've done extensive research on him. Obviously, I know the story and what just transpired. In baseball now, it's up top that really runs the show. So the manager, I think, can you really follow the analytics that are being sent to you from upstairs? And how do you keep the group together with the synergy in the locker room? So, like, it's weird. Now managers get hired, and I go, I'm not going to really criticize them because what do they really do?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, man, are you going to any games this weekend?
I am actually going to Lincoln, Nebraska to see Nebraska up against Northwestern.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Slap the hell out of Matt Forrest right now. I mean, that stuff last week and then to show up and just poop their diapers. And that's what they were, diapers, the way they played against Minnesota.
I am going to have a big fat steak and I'm going to have a runza and I am going to enjoy myself. I do not want to get arrested, so I'm not going to slap it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I know you were disappointed.
Just shake him a little bit.
No, don't.
Honestly, I may smack Smokey through the screen if he makes me wait 20 minutes next week before I come on this show.
Oh, my. See ya.
Later, guys. Be well.
Thank you, Zach. Zach Gelb.